I have been traveling a lot recently, and when I'm traveling, I really try to travel light and carry as little as possible. But there are some essentials that I always take with me, and I thought today I would share with you the three grooming tools that I can't do without. Things I've used for years and years, and things that have really proven themselves to be primarily the reason why I use them is because they're great quality. And I love them. So, this is not a video showing you things that you can run out there and get, because unfortunately one of them is difficult to find. I don't even know if they make it anymore. They might make a version of it. The other two things I think you can still find, but I'm just going to dive right in and share them with you. The first thing that is an essential part of my grooming routine is my brush. And I have a couple different brushes that I use, but the brush that I love the most, the brush that I've had for over 15 years. This is actually the second version of it, because the first one I used so much that it just kind of started to fall apart eventually, is my Denman brush. It is a British brush, and I was first introduced to it at Vidal Sassoon when I was having my hair cut. This is the brush that the stylist would use to blow dry my hair. And it was just like I would feel on my scalp how sturdy the bristles were, and how the bristles really moved through my very thick hair when it was damp as it was being blow dried. What I love about this brush is how easy it is to clean it, because what you do is you can take out the bristles by sliding out this part like this, and it opens up. It's like a rubber insert that you can wash. So what I do is routinely I take this out, and I have a scrubby brush that I put soap onto, and I scrub this whole thing. I wash it, dry it with a towel as best I can, and then I'll lay it out in the sun for it to fully dry before I just sort of piece it back together and reinsert it into the brush. And it just feels great on my scalp. I believe that part of the routine of keeping your head and head of hair healthy is blood circulation. I've done a little bit of research. I do think and feel that when I brush my hair gently, but I have something actually touching my scalp and stimulating my scalp, that it's soothing. There is something soothing about even just fingers in your hair, rubbing your scalp, giving yourself a scalp massage, which I do regularly. But this brush is another wonderful tool for stimulating the scalp. So my Denman brush, that's number one. Number two, so I'm just going to warn you that this video might entail sharing a little bit too much information, TMI, because in order to tell you why I love these things, I need to tell you about their intimate uses. So I don't know how many of you out there have to deal with very annoying unwanted hairs in certain places on your face, like coming out of your nose or coming out of your ears, which happens with age. So there are moments where I'm just out in public and I feel like I have to sneeze, or I feel like something stuck in my nose, and I get a Kleenex and I try to address the problem and then realize, oh, that tickling, irritating feeling is not foreign material stuck in my nose. It's a hair in a very weird place that is just driving me nuts. So the way I address said hairs are by using tweezers to get rid of them. And I have tried different kinds of tweezers, and I have found that one brand is so reliable for really holding on to the hair and then pulling it out very efficiently. and that brand is Tweezerman. So Tweezerman tweezers are my favorite brand, and particularly the set of Tweezerman tweezers that comes in this little black pouch. It comes with two tweezers. It comes with a tweezer that has a slanted tip, like a flat slanted tip, and then it has a pair of tweezers that are very sharp. Like, these will actually pierce your skin, they're so sharp. Both work so effectively at removing hairs, and if you pluck like even your eyebrow hairs, these are fantastic for that. They will really grip the hair however fine it is and hold it and then pull it out. So I think I've had this set for at least 10 years, if not longer. And they travel with me wherever I go. This is also too much information, but I'm going to share it with you anyways. I spend a lot of time in the summer and in the fall in Connecticut and Rhode Island, and unfortunately, we have to be very aware of ticks that carry Lyme disease. So over the years, there have been many instances where I have unfortunately found a tick with its head in my skin. And it's really frightening and upsetting to find a tick that has lodged itself into my body, and then I have to go to the doctor and get the tick tested for Lyme disease, and it's a whole thing. However, when a tick has found its way into my skin, you're supposed to remove it, and you're really, the advice is to remove it completely without breaking the head off under the skin. This is really disgusting, so I apologize if it's making you queasy. But when you grab onto the tick with tweezers, you need to make sure that the tweezers are really holding the tick firmly so that you can pull the whole thing out, including the head that's under your skin. And that's kind of risky business, because what you don't want to do is break the body off and then have the tick's head stuck under your skin. And that's where these tweezers have never failed me for that purpose. I use them for that. I disinfect them regularly just with some rubbing alcohol, but I swear by them. They're really, really reliable. And now, the last thing that I would like to share with you are my nail clippers. And these were actually gifted to me. They were purchased in the gift store of the Tavern on the Green here in New York City. But these nail clippers come from Japan, and the brand is Suwada, Suwada. And I did look these up recently, and I cannot find them online, these particular clippers. Suwada is making other nail clippers. They're very difficult to find, to purchase online. It's not easy to buy them online. But when I was gifted these nail clippers, I was told that they really are the best nail clippers, that they don't make noise, that they really cut the nail precisely without cracking the nail. So they just look like normal nail clippers, but they're so sturdy and they are excellent. I love these nail clippers so much. I am constantly trimming my nails for multiple reasons. One of them being making pottery. You got to keep your nails short. Well, I like to keep my nails short because clay gets stuck under fingernails. And then the other reason why I'm constantly clipping my nails is for playing the harp. You should not have long nails, I'm told. Well, you can't for the technique that I'm learning. It interferes with plucking the strings. So I find I'm clipping my nails once a week, if not more frequently during the week. And these nail clippers they're so great at really cutting the nail precisely. And as I said, not kind of breaking the nail instead of cutting it. And they don't make that noise, which, here's a little more too much information. I take these with me when I'm traveling, and I'm often staying at people's houses. And one of the things that is a little makes me cringe is when I hear nails being clipped, even if it's in the bathroom. I know it's something that we all have to do, but it's just one of those things that I feel like it's the sound of something extremely private that emanates through the bathroom door often. And I just think it's gross. So I really don't want to be in the situation where I have to cut my nails and other people can hear the nails being cut. And these clippers, they don't make that click, click, click noise of trimming my nails. It's almost completely silent. And I was told that when I was gifted these by the person who has used these and loved these for years. It was a wonderful gift. Thank you, David, for gifting me these nail clippers. So those are my 3 favorite grooming tools. My Suwada nail clippers in their case, my Denman hairbrush, and my Tweezerman tweezers, the set of 2. These 2, I think you can find easily online. This, you might have to hunt quite a bit for this, but these are my essentials, part of my arsenal for keeping me feeling well groomed. I know it doesn't look that way, especially with the wild hair. It's recently cut, but just that feeling of feeling like everything's clipped and in place and there aren't little straggly hairs popping out of ears and noses that shouldn't be there. There you go, my favorite grooming tools.